Inifresi, Geninimas Tacula, Gi Hinasoku, Imas Tacula, Gi Corazonhu, Zanimas Figo, Nanina Sanyahu, Hu Ufresin Maisezu, Padabai Protehi, Zahu Defendi, I Hanengi, I Kotura, I Lenguahi, I Airi, I Hanam, Zanitano Chamorro. Nieren Shoku, Deretsu, Ginadzuas Tata, Esti Hua Fitma, Gihilui Biblia, Zani Bambarahu, I Banderen Guahan.
Buenas and Hafide, and welcome to Hestorian I Isla, our annual Mes Chamorro television series. Continuing with his annual Chamorro word of the day will be Polly Eric Forbes, as well as Rita Nauta and Guampedia.com, who will share some amazing facts about Guahan. We will also continue our education and our journey on the threatened Chamorro practice that is the Amot Chamorro, or Chamorro medicine. All that coming up, so stay right there. Hestorian I Isla continues after this.
This portion of Hestorian I Isla is brought to you by Island Strings and Things, Mi Sazon, Cream Salon, Thai Smoothie and Grill, Tsodi, and AM Insurance.
Today's Chamorro word is one of our four main emotions. Angry. In Chamorro, lalalo. You know you're lalalo when your eyebrows lower and crease, your eyelids close a bit, lips tighten, unmistakable. Lalalo. We can say lalalo imagas, the boss is angry. When we know someone is easily angered, we can whisper, "Naman na lalalo." Don't make him or her angry. Hopefully, no one angers you today. But if you are angry and want to warn everyone to give you space, just say, "Lalalo jo." If you'd like to know more about Chamorro language, culture, and history, go to www.paleric with one E, PALERIC.blogspot.com.
Dunkluna Sizus Maasi, Polly Eric, we are truly grateful for your continued work to preserve and pass on the Chamorro language. We look forward to next week's Word of the Day.
This portion of Hestorian I Isla is brought to you by Mungy Pops and the Tselu Shop.
In modern times, Guam has been referenced as a gateway or crossroads where East meets West. Well, this distinction was even more relevant back in ancient times. Hafide Guahan, Guahu Sirita Pangalina Nauta from Guampedia.com, making Guam's unique and amazing history accessible online. From Ferdinand Magellan's 1521 visit through the establishment of the 1668 Spanish Jesuit mission, the Mariana Islands were the major maritime crossroads of the Pacific Ocean during this period. Primarily from Guam and Rota, or Luta, the high-ranking Chamorro Matao carried on the first trade exchanges between the Pacific Islanders and Europeans in the history of the world. These island traders bartered provisions and craft work for iron goods with Spanish explorers and traders, Dutch expeditions, and English privateers. In 1565, the Spanish galleon trade route between Manila, Philippines, and Acapulco, Mexico was established. More than 100 foreign ships stopped at the islands for food and water to refit their storm-damaged and weather-worn vessels and rest their weary and ailing crews after grueling, months-long transits of the world's largest ocean. Our history is Guam's history. Learn more amazing facts about our island and history at Guampedia.com. You can also pick up a copy of our 101 Amazing Facts About Guam at UOG's Triton Bookstore, at Iputian or Tsetlu in the Chamorro Village, and the Guam Museum Gift Shop. Sizus Maasi.
Dunkluna Sizus Maasi, Rita, and Guampedia for your annual contribution of amazing facts about Guahan. For more information on Guampedia, log on to their site at Guampedia.com. When we return, we will journey through Ritidian. Welcome back to Hestorian I Isla, our annual Mes Chamorro television series. Moving on with our focus of Amat Sumoro, we will take a hike through Ritidian with Miss Frances Meno, a Zoamti of the Haza Foundation's Gumat Zoamti. Auntie Frances has been practicing Amat Sumoro since she was a young woman.
How I got into this knowledge is actually coming from my grandmother. She starts me off by picking medicines, and from there I kind of watched her, but more off I learned it more with my mother, being around with her all the times when she prepares her medicines. So she gave me this test of go and pick these herbs, and I would go, I'll get everything right except for one herb. It took me 6 months to really get it right. So that was the agaga, as they call it. Wow. So I found that over at Lost Pond. So from there, that's when she would test me out by treating other people. So I started treating since I was 20, actually. Wow. Yeah, but knowing the medicine, I've helped her cook herbs, but to go out there and treat a child or an adult, I was 20 years, when I did that. Other than that, when I'm my younger age, I would make the amot tinino, for the diabetes, high blood, cholesterol, and then for bronchitis, pneumonia. Wow. Then that, what's that they call tinino in San Antonio, which is, I think, the shingles, they call it in English, yeah. So from there, that's how I started. So when she's at work and I'm home, she'll ask me to treat one of her clients. So when I started treating and people were getting healed, so we alternate. Either they come and pick me up and then, drop me home. But for like spiritual work is the worst part because it comes in a chain. It's a chain reaction thing. Once one person comes, there's another following up. So I used to have this routine where Zotnia would pick me up, So after Zotnia would drop me off Talafofo. Wow. Talafofo would drop me to Inarahan, from Inarahan all the way down to Pili. Then the last person would drop me home. Wow. So first, individually, they have to pick me up, show me their place. Yeah, so, that's how it make it easier with them instead of them coming, picking me up, and, it's a good routine.
You will get to know more about Auntie Frances in next week's episode, where you will meet the healers at Gumat Zoamti. But back to our trek through Ritidian, you are probably wondering why we would hike through Ritidian with the Zoamti. Well, I can't take you any further in this series without some knowledge of the plants, and Ritidian is where our healers find and harvest most of these plants and herbs that they need to help cure their patients. Ritidian, or commonly referred to as Litekzan, when roughly translated, Litekzan means rough waters. This area has more recently been at the center of controversy between Guam residents and the United States military's proposed buildup. As we started our trek through the entrance of Ritidian, not even 3 minutes in, Auntie Frances notices something.
Yeah, actually we are being followed right now, so we should ask the,
Okay.
We are, this is, so I feel it. So actually we should ask our ancestors that, if they would allow us to go in and get some, videotape from what they have.
After asking for permission from our ancestors to proceed with the trek, Auntie Frances explains why protecting Liktezan is so important to the island healers.
But it's Mother Nature here that I'm worried about, because once they clear this area,
right, then it's...
Yeah, actually with the Zoamtis, we're nothing. If we don't find, and this is the main, we can get some and plant it at our place, but and then again, this is the mother of our that Mother Nature takes care of itself.
Right. I heard also that it's the place where you find the amut that...
Yes.
That,
and this is not the only place where it's at, because it's so, so
bountiful,
much.
Yeah.
Like the Petsalang is all the way up in Anderson. That's where you find that. They don't have that here.
As we move forward into the property, Auntie Frances points out numerous types of trees and plants that they harvest from to help cure numerous ailments, including nature's eye drop.
Like this one here. Yeah, this is actually our eye drops.
Wow.
Yeah, so you take this and just kind of, do that, and then what you do is you squeeze it. And then I like to put this in my eye.
No kidding.
And this. Yeah. So you don't have to have eye problem to use it.
So cool.
But it's an eye drop. So
what
it's
is it
good
called?
for nanoso.
Nanas.
Yes. And it's good for pink eye or a blurry vision, and it would help for your cataracts. And this, yeah. So it helps.
There were numerous plants that Auntie Frances pointed out, numerous trees along the way, ones that helped with gout, leaves that postpartum women use after birth to help with the healing process, as well as leaves to help drive spirits away, some that help with psoriasis, and even some that help prevent cancers when mixed with others. It's no wonder why our Zo'amti need Ritidian to stay as is. Moving on, 11 minutes into our trek, and we still aren't where Auntie Frances wants us to see. All the plants that the healers need are not centralized in one location. They're actually spread out through Ritidian. But along the way, Auntie Frances shows us a small plant that is rare and needed to help cure their patients.
That small little, it looks like a jade plant.
The one...
Yeah, right there on the rock, on that side. That's one of the rarest plants there.
The really, really small one?
Yes, let me climb up here and show you. I have to take my slipper out. No, it's okay. I always come up here. Yeah. Oh, there, see? And I want it to go, look how big. Wow. Yeah, so this is the rare one. So right now they're producing. So if I get this, they don't, they're not going to produce anymore if I get so much. But look, there's some up here.
Auntie Frances says this plant is called putpuput and is used partially in omelet fresco. She clarified that the putpuput plant, when combined with other plants, can help cure people who have an illness or sores given to them by the tautomona, or even in people with seizures. Omelet fresco can also be used in individuals with ADHD and autism, as it is known to help lower their energy levels naturally. There wasn't many of the putpuput plant at Ritidian, so she just went ahead, picked just a small one, limiting herself in hopes of coming back and finding more. Ritidian is the only place where she can find these rare plants. And as we continued our walk through Ritidian, Auntie Frances pointed out yet another rare species of plants.
So this is very rare. It's very hard to find. You practically have to get into the jungle to get it.
What do you use these for?
Me, actually, with the way my mother teaches me, I use it too with the amutinino. And then I use that for more of the tautomona sickness, like you have a sore or, open wound.
Or you're being finagui?
Yeah. But mainly if we pound some of these leaves with the other herbs, then I use that too for, putting it on the person's body. So we leave that on for a whole day, take whatever that's dry off the body, then you apply it for 3 days, which is, not showering for 3 days.
Wow.
Can't go to work, can't do anything, gotta be at home.
Yeah.
But I have another remedy of trying to avoid this. I only use it for very severe sickness.
Because you would need a lot.
Yes. So more of I use my oil. Yeah, my chanting oil to Safi. They call it Safi. Yeah. So only when I really need it, that's when I'll come and, get what I have to use on.
Auntie Frances said that this part of Ritidian is just a small part of the area that healers have access to. She said that other parts of Ritidian have different areas of where to find certain plants. Healers of the island, like Auntie Frances, share these locations of herbs and plants on Ritidian with each other so that they know where exactly to go and find the plants they need to help cure their patients. When we return from this quick break, we will continue our talk with Auntie Frances, and I will introduce you to a Zo'amti apprentice, Miss Jessica Nangauta. Auntie Frances continued to share what she knows about the plants and herbs that they harvest to make omelet that is said to cure numerous ailments, some as simple as gout to ones that help stave off cancer. She says that if we lose Ritidian to the U.S. military as a firing range, there will be problems in finding rare plants like the putpuput and the tupunazuzu outside of Ritidian.
You know, where am I going to go? I can't go to Anderson and Pitt because I don't allow. The other place that I go mainly is NCS Beach, which is Beras or Hapudu Beach. You know, so I haven't been there because it's easier for me to get here. But before you pick anything, you need all this permission slip, like what we encountered today. Yeah, so we need to have permission to get what we need. So that's why I invited you here to show, at least give out knowledge to people that without our herbs, you know, we're no use. So it's been so many decades that this tradition has been going on, and up to now, a lot of people are being healed.
Auntie Frances added that picking herbs is not as easy as when she would pick them for her grandmother back then.
It is harder because you actually have to go and ask permission to the, you know, places that you're going to get. Anderson, you need to have an ID card, or somebody that has to have an ID card. They have to, I guess, I don't know what they have to do.
In an example of what happens when a source of herbs and plants are taken away from the healers is Gunpoint in Tumon.
Gum Beach. Yeah, that's where I used to get my medicine, but there's nothing there. There's hardly anything to get because it's already all open.
Right.
Yeah. That's where you used to get, where they used to have, they called that, oh gosh, Maudedo. Okay. Yeah, I don't find that anymore. So I seen one over at Nico Hotel, which you need to ask because that one is right over the cliff. Where that, you know, there's time I have to hold that rail to try to grab that one.
Wow.
So.
Because I know you said that it's very important the place where it's found.
Yes.
Because like you said with the azuzu.
For azuzu, yeah, you cannot really move that. You need to have Mother Nature. Let them produce their own. You can come and get some and try to grow it, but it'll never grow. You know, it's not gonna go.
Let me introduce you to Miss Jessica Nangauta, an apprentice of 5 years with Gumatsoamti. She is working at a young age to keep these thousands of years old practices of traditional Chamorro medicine alive. Jessica was recruited into the Haza Foundation through a friend in 2013, and she was naturally drawn to the project as her family had used herbs and plants as Amut Samoru. To top things off, she is an agricultural graduate from the University of Guam, so she found this as a natural fit.
Started with the Haza Foundation in 2013. I think what drew me to it, a friend was in the project and she had told me that we are recruiting more people, so I was definitely drawn to it because growing up my family had used herbs and I wanted to learn more about the plants. I'm an ag major at UOG, I graduated, and so learning more about our local plants I've always had an interest in.
It's putting it now to use, putting your education background to use with you know, attachment to our culture, I guess, right?
Oh yes. I owe a lot of my knowledge that I've gained from Difuntu Uncle Emilio Azuzu. He is a Zoamti from the CNMI. Him and Auntie Frances would take us out into the Alamtano in the jungle to learn about the local plants, their names, their uses a little bit, and how to harvest them in a way that we wouldn't affect their growth or their natural habitat. So I feel like I'm still an apprentice under Uncle Mil, even that he had passed, because I'm still studying the plants that we collected when he was alive. And my role is to plant a lot of the medicines, learn their cycles, their life cycle, collect the seeds, save them. And so really on a personal level, learning about the plants is my first step in this project.
It is people just like Jessica that the Haza Foundation is looking for to recruit as apprentices for Gumatsoamti. These people with the drive and love for the thousands of years old practice will be certain to pass on the tradition. If you find an interest in helping keep this practice alive for the future of our Chamorro people, please give the Haza Foundation a call at 747-2683 or visit their website at hazafoundation.com. Join us again next week as we will visit the healers at Gumazoamti. Until then, Biba Tsamoru, Biba Mes Tsamoru, Biba Kuturen Tsamoru. Guao si Joycelyn Atalik, adios.